This week, we're going to talk about dealing with success and failure. Dealing with success and failure is very important. I mean, all of these values that we talk about over this semester is very important to have in your life. Because without them, your walk in entrepreneurship will be difficult. Entrepreneurship is kind of like a lonely road. So we're all in this together. And this module right here will definitely give you some ideas. Dealing with success and failure. It involves having a willingness to admit mistakes, be open to share your experiences with other entrepreneurs, never giving up, and also involves a whole lot of humility. Well, I met this fellow, David Miller, and you will see his interview. And I was just so impressed by how he admit his shortcomings and about how he was so open to share his experiences with all of us. That's what it takes, because we all build off each other. Even though this is business, and it does involve being competitive, at the end of the day, we still have to learn from each other. And so that's what I admired about David's interview. And you know, I have a lot of failures in my life. I have a lot of successes in my life. But you know one thing that's consistent, I'm never going to give up. We can't never give up, no matter how bad it seems. So when you deal with success, dealing with failure is even more important, because that determines if you're going to get back off the ground or not. I hope we all have heard of Abraham Lincoln's story. You know, he's failed numerous times in his life, but managed to be the president of the United States. And there's many other examples out there, like Einstein and people like that. I mean, Thomas Edison. I mean, all the way to now, Bill Gates. I mean, Sean P. Diddy Combs. He got fired from his job at Uptown Records. Got fired. He could have gave up. He could have said, oh, I'm not made for this game. I'm going to give up. I'm going to go back to sacking groceries or something like that. He already dropped out of college and he got fired. Man, that's pretty tough. But he did not give up. He hooked up with Clive Davis. Clive Davis set him up in a new record label called Bad Boy. And so P. Diddy's worth over $500 million today. But he could have gave up after he got fired. That's what it's about. It's about dealing with success and dealing with failure. Knowing how to deal with those things. Knowing how to handle it in your life. Just because you made a mistake is not the end of the world. You know, and one thing you should never do is take out your frustrations on other people, because they didn't have anything to do with it. You have to show a lot of emotional maturity to deal with it yourself. I can give you many more examples about successful entrepreneurs out there that have failed in different ventures. Scott Klosowski, one of the fellows that we interviewed this semester, his first company went bankrupt. You know, I know a lot of people who went bankrupt and just hung it up. Just gave up. They thought they didn't have it. They thought they wasn't made for it. They wasn't made to do business. It's unfortunate that they did. But you know what Scott did? Scott got back off the ground, dusted himself off, and started another business and sold it for over $100 million. See, that's what it takes right there. It takes resilience. It takes humility. It takes never giving up. Knowing how to deal with success and failure is very important. And it's all about sharing your experiences and being mature enough to admit mistakes. I tell you what, that's something that I definitely enjoy doing. Admitting mistakes and also sharing my experience with others. Because it overall makes you a better person. Thank you.